trying to do something. You have to believe in whatever you're doing. So that's the second thing. Know why to do. And the last thing is know how to do. Because if you don't know how to do something, then you can't do it. So that's how I would take it.
So what, why and how is how you break it.
Yeah.
One small question, tongue in cheek. Why did you tell us what to do?
I didn't tell you exactly what to do. I said, look,
No, now everybody has heard that you told us what to do and told us don't do inaction which you are not doing. Now I am asking you in 30 seconds, tell us why you said what you said.
why I asked you to do. Oh, okay. Now in 30 seconds I'm going to be telling you why I asked you to do. Because I think inaction is the worst thing ever possible. You cannot have a sort of inertia or you don't do something. Like you look at all the troubles, you say you criticize them. That's wrong. I mean, what are you doing? Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see. So, if you're not doing, then there's no point in your entire existence. What are you on earth for? If you're not doing anything. There is no point of your existence if you do not do anything. So that would be my answer.
Our last question. In knowledge you have three things, why, what, how. In science, which is the one emphasized of these two?
In science,
Yes, pursuit of science.
the pursuit of science is most important.
On 3 points. In science pursuit, which is the one, how, why, or what? Which is the one that you
In science, I would rather say none of these exactly, because science is more about discovery than about, facts. Or not facts actually. In science, basically you have to learn the principles first and then you have to apply them and try to discover something new. That's what I have found in basically what I studied.
why, how it works, what for it is.
Yes, that obviously. So first you have to find out what it is. But the same thing, same order. What, why, and how. Like you tell me Newton's third law or something. I don't know what it is. So I ask you what it is. You tell me what it is. Then I'll ask you why is it like that. And then finally I'll ask you how can I apply it in my practical life. So that the same order would follow even in science. In every field, I think that same order should follow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
State. Act in the living present, heart within and God over it. This is a statement made by Longfellow. So what I am going to tell you is what I am doing and how I will upgrade it in the future and how it is on the path preached by Swami Vivekananda. Very critically, very briefly I am going to tell you. So point number 1, which is among the 5 points. Point number 1, I am developing a good character and I shall develop a good character and I am tending towards developing good character. Point number 1. You will ask me how I am doing it. I am practicing the few principles preached in Yama and Niyama. Not all, maybe. I am practicing to the best of my extent. Asteya, I don't steal. Brahmacharya, yes, I am practicing Brahmacharya. Truth, I am trying my best to tell the truth always in all situations. And Swadhyaya, I am doing my self-study at least to my best possible way. And all others, etc., etc. And in the future, how I'll upgrade it, and at least reach some level so that others, other persons who are under my, who are in the circle of my influence, may get influenced by me. Of course, it is based on the principles of Swami Vivekananda, and my character will be shaped as per Vivekananda's expectations, and I'm sure of it. So, as you all know, Swami Vivekananda stresses a lot on character and character formation, and he considers education as character formation, the true education as character formation. And point number 2, I help myself, I help the betterment of my own life by helping others, by serving others. God has given me the opportunity to serve others. You may ask me how I serve others. The very first step, hygiene is lacking in the so-called downtrodden people. So what I have done, I will tell you. During the Diwali time, after the bursting of crackers, all paper waste will be all around. So the street sweepers came and they were sweeping. So what I did was, in front of my house there's a street. So I myself took a broom and I also started sweeping with them. So they might have a feeling, it's their house, why should we sweep with Shraddha? So when I myself started sweeping, the whole street was very clean and it was perfect. That I have done. So that is the point of hygiene. And the second point, there's a place known as Chingiri Koppal near my house. And I went to that slum. There the maid servant, she works in many of the houses nearby. And I went to her house and the nearby houses. So I helped her cleaning the dust and throwing away the garbage. So she had a feeling that the owner himself is coming and she's teaching me there's something in hygiene, there's something related to health and hygiene. So I heard that during in that influence something got cleaner. They were throwing the garbage outside the bin and they started to throw garbage inside the bin. So point number 3, education. So there's something known as Friends of Poor in our school. So every weekly once we go to the slum and we teach whatever we know. Suppose I'm in 11th grade, I teach a 4th grade person, a 5th grade person. The maximum help I can do, I'm doing it weekly once. And what I do in the future, I will upgrade it. Suppose in Bihar there is Super 30. So I am going to start a Super 5, a Super 10, something like that. At least a selected few 5 students, I'm sure I'm going to help. And I'll just guide them. I'll just guide them in their life so that they at least 5 become great, and from those 5 many others will be and they will get benefited. This part of education I do, and I also take help of many of my friends. I'm sure I do this. And of course Swami Vivekananda has told developing others. The first step to develop others is by education. You may ask me, they don't have food, and how can you educate them? So by God's grace, government of Karnataka is giving the midday meals presently, and afterwards, if food is not given, I'll somehow make arrangements for food. And first I'll feed their stomach, and then I'll do. And 4th point, cultivating ancient moral values. That I'm going to do. Presently, I'm doing some sadhana, a bit of sadhana. So at least first I'm doing my sadhana, and later on I'll just help others doing their sadhana by introducing them to Ramakrishna order or something. So I'm presently, I've read some part of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is a very interesting book consisting of very good stories and very meaningful stories. So when I tell stories to my friends, they get interested in it and they get involved in it, and somewhat some spirit of it they intake it. So this is what I'm doing, and in the future after the education part, and I just introduce them to the Swami Vivekananda movement. So I just introduce them to the values preached by Swami Vivekananda, and somewhat they get a spirit of it, the taste of it. Once they get the taste of it, they'll surely enjoy it. And the last point, economic progress and the all-round progress of the country. So there's something known as micro development, micro contribution. A person in Bangladesh got a Nobel Prize for it, and so on. So there's something known as micro credit. So if I do my part as a sincere student now and a responsible citizen future, it is a micro contribution. And seeing me or seeing somebody, the persons around will get influenced, and so on. By bit by bit, drop by drop, everything will be done. And this is the micro contribution. And of course, Swami Vivekananda has stressed a lot on the development of India. Swami Vivekananda has said, they all live for others. That's why in the beginning I mentioned about serving others. So everything I am doing and I shall do by the grace of Swami Vivekananda, and I shall do it. Thank you.
Energized almost, right? You did use a word which is a very, very important element of leadership. We spoke about owner in the context of the lady who cleans. When you go and help her clean something, she would feel that the owner himself had done, and she would be motivated by that. Could you tell us some of your views on this ownership concept? What do you mean by owner?
So ownership, I meant, is the vision of a normal person. I don't mean I'm the owner in the sense since the society's vision is based on economic status in the society. I meant in that part, not the owner part, not that owner part. The vision of the society looks upon me as
relax, you're on the right path. I just want to take you further. So what do you understand by ownership? I'd like to hear your views. It's a very, very important term, and it's very important not only for the children here, but for all of us to understand ownership. Let's have your views, young man. You're doing right. Tell us what you mean by ownership.
Sir, according to me, there is no ownership at all. Ownership is in the vision of humankind. It is in the vision of human society. There is nothing as owners. Swami Vivekananda has told, since I am also a son of God and they are also the son of God, and how can I be the greater of them? Everybody is the son of God, and how can I be the greater of them? If